I need to replace this controller. Is the game audio loud? Can someone let me... of course, now you can't tell me that. There we go. Is the game audio loud? Can someone, tell me if I should adjust. Because I was leaning away from the mic? Yeah, okay. Okay. Sounds good. Damn it! Hold on. Do I have to repair these controllers? Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. Frick. I do have to... They paired as... yeah. Change grip / order. Okay, let's start this again. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Ah! Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk to him and try to relax him. So, why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But, Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Oh, hey, Sync! Oh my god, 6 months! That's nuts! Yo! Man! Fucking time flies. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's so many messages here I missed. Don't do anything cool. Flips. Mr. Falls tells the truth 100% of the time. Okay. Sorry. Oh, this is wrong voice. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Ugga. Ah! I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it. I didn't kill her. I'd never do that. Flippin' flips. Flips! 2 days ago, he escaped from the wagon. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. And about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true! I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Ha! Oh. Damn! I forgot how to do his voice. Hold on. I don't remember what I was doing. Okay. Is that my son, Tom Hanks? You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big, scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Ha! That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me. No. You've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. An escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius. Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Dude, he's so handsome. He is so handsome! I love my decision to change Crime Bucks to Crime Bucks with 3 X's. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Hold on, I need some water. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Yeah, it is. It's the judge's Canadian cousin. How do I make my voice more Canadian to do his voice in the game? Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone's talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia, you can't lose. No, not to someone younger than you. Oh my god. Thank you, Wintermute. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Kid Boo. You got a sub. Young people running a trial? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. Television. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Hello, Plans. Plans, I listened to Ludo. I have to tell you. I think out of the 3 songs you gave me, Love Me Dead was probably my favorite. I really liked it, though. I'm probably gonna listen to more. More A's in the boots, but do the stereotypical Canadian accent. Apparently I have, like, I don't know. I'm not... My accent, like, I sometimes have an accent, apparently. Or sometimes I do the Canadian, accent. Apparently when I get mad, it's more, like, prominent. What I've been told. Okay. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. Cat cam situation is that there is no cat here right now, unfortunately. No cat. Also, I still haven't fixed how it's propped up yet. I have to get more tape and tape it back on properly. Yeah, Dutch angle cat cam, right? Horror of Our Love by Ludo. Okay. Oh, it's court time, Paperette. I'm sorry. I didn't summon you before court, so it's fine that you're late.
I have your plans. I smell your softness.
That's okay. Best lyric is "I smell your." Okay, I'll listen to that song. I'll listen to it. Eventually, might not be right away though. It took me like a few days to get to this.
Test. Can you hear man? I miss text speak.
Yes. Hello. We have text to speech again. I'm gonna ask that you guys use it sparingly for this episode, for this stream specifically, because it is a stream where I'm reading out everything, so I don't want to have to talk over a robot. Okay. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she was she said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw this young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. I also said that the way I pronounced eagle sounded like evil, so like Evil River. Gosh. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why you? You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Oh, it's Gumshoe! Yeah! Gummy! Witness, please state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am. You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about that incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of... Bleh, I'm tripping over my words so bad. It's been a while since I've done this game. I got to be a real pro at reading out lines and voice acting them, but I'm having trouble. Like, I keep swapping like how I'm doing everyone's voice, and I'm having trouble reading lines in those voices. So please bear with me. I am sorry about this. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under it is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met here, on top of the bridge. Squetch. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Not even drunk. No, definitely not. Squetch. What's a squetch? I see. Dusky Bridge map added to the court record. The sound that frogs make when you squish them. Very good. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for his morning tea. Trust me and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Okay. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination, coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just, it's cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right, especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness. Everyone is a beginner in here. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Summary of the incident. Okay. Paperette is a flippin' great streamer. She has the best flips. Yeah, please don't go around licking frogs. That is the guy with the coffee minus the Daft Punk mask. Yeah. I mean, is it? I don't know. I guess you guys are gonna have to find out. Okay. Summary of the incident. Oh yeah, Paper, I forgot you were here. I hope you liked my shout out. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked me to meet. You missed it! Damn! Hold on. I want to check the court record. Give me a second. No, I can't do that from here. Never mind. Yeah, wait. Present. There we go. Stabbed in the knife. Stabbed in the knife. Great. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. That's the bridge. Okay. It's the car, the broken bridge. We're gonna go check who is in this case. Terry Falls. She's the person who got killed. This is a hotshot lawyer. Okay. Okay, here we go. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Hold it! This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? One who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk. Victim's note added to the court record. According to this note, it seems to be the one that called her to the bridge was indeed the Paperette! Flips! The defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Huh. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? Too bad you can't tell because you're on mobile. No one is VIP on Paperette's channel, which means everyone is VIP. Everyone is a very important person. With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Returning to the scene of the crime, how nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move! We've got you surrounded." Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't really tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do it! I didn't do nothing! That's all he says. Nuttin'? I wouldn't say he did nuttin'. At the very least, we know he stole a car. Nuttin'? Just as he always says, Your Honor. And as he always says... Sorry. I told a little lie. Or something like that. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Oh, this is the- okay, this is the last, there's a lot of questions in this whole thing. Okay, this is the last one in this line of questioning. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Oops. I meant to press that, not do that, but it's fine, okay. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I sure hope I can find some of those. Okay. Okay. I'm having a hard time doing, like, deeper voices. Tonight, I don't know why. It's just maybe just because I haven't done it in a while. I feel like I'm not able to make as deep of voices as I want for some of the characters. But it's fine. Whatever. Okay. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. and figured that Mr. Falls might just try to run. What do you mean it was too close for comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? You walk into it carelessly, and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. This is the same dialogue I already read. Okay. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, two was this. What do we know about this? Hold on. Falls 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time that the whole truth must come out. On Valentine's Day. Let's see. Crime photo. Yeah, let's look at a crime photo. Okay. So, immediately, we can see that, she's not wearing a white scarf. So that's a contradiction that we can present. Here. Yeah, the criminal stuffed her body. Okay. Is it this one or this? Oh, Is this one maybe I have to press on? Yeah, definitely. Here. Do I want to present the note or the photo? It's probably the note, right? Objection. Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address something like that. Someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. What a fucking dick. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective. Yes, ma'am. This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Ugh. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is it this one, perchance? Ah! Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf added to the court record. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything's moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Fence on Dusky Bridge. Oh, we got transcoding back. Yay! High grade mutants. If you can't be sassy to your friends, then who can you sass? True. I like sassy friends. The roughly neck shirt guy. Some very good characters in this game. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. A potential witness. So, why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall off that bridge either. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements, that is all.
What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir.
The victim is wearing a scarf in the photo, all right. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains?
She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing? Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case. The point is that the area was quite damp.
There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Gumshoe. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back.
Is that part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian.
Huh. Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself.
Hey! Watch where you spill your coffee!
The court record, huh?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go look at the fucking court record. God, I've... What am I looking for? Is that the same jacket? How many of these? Have I been through all of these? Wait, oh, shoot, okay. Hold on, that was a different, never mind, hold on. I'm gonna read through this again, give me a second. That must have been when the scarf fell off. So, in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
The area was wet from rain, and the bridge was probably wet, too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but... There's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So, what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean. Of course I do. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Okay. Yes, I love maple syrup. I do, oh yeah. When's the maple chugging, event? Again? Now turn the back, okay. But how? Hold on. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Ask Slam Jam. Yeah, I don't remember when he said when it was. He knows. Did he post about it in Discord? I don't remember. Yeah, maple's very good. I had a maple latte a few weeks ago that was like really, really, really good. Okay, hold on. How did he shove her from behind? Unless she like turned around to leave. Present this. Objection! Your Honor, what do you think of the witness's statement? Wait, did I fuck up? I don't think anything of it. No! I fucked up. No! Really? Really? Okay. What did I fuck up? Did I put the wrong photo out? Hard to see what's going on. The criminal shoved the victim from behind. Oh, I presented this, right? Do I want this? Wouldn't she be covered in mud? If she got shoved down? Okay. Lock's broken. Yeah, I did notice that too. But they also mentioned that the car was stolen. That makes sense. Hold on. This over here so I can back up. Yeah. Or lean back in this chair. It's comfier. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? Her jacket is not fucking wet and muddy. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. It's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzly and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen on her stomach, fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Crime's name is in the game. Yeah. Lots of crime in this game. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. Right? The evidence is the scarf. It should be obvious. The scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy. Or if the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Excuse you? Hey, same to you, buddy. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. It's like half our fucking evidence. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes. The false evidence in this case is the, body in the trunk? Or is it the witness's photo? Or is it the testimony? I'm gonna say it's probably the testimony, actually, because... yeah, I'm pretty sure it's testimony. She said that she pushed her onto the, bridge, so she would have been her jacket. Yeah, okay, it's testimony. Great. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, that is the testimony exactly. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case... Was my controller vibrating on the table? And it spooked me. I'm certain that boy wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourselves for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? I don't remember what I was doing for her voice. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. Yes, she was on another one. She was Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. I believe this happens chronologically before that case. When I look at you, how can I put it? Yes, she did lie on the stand. You look as scrumptious as a double dozen and a dozen donut holes. Sorry, they didn't Canadianize that enough. You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen Timbits. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Hey? Yes, my dear.
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Oh, no, not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation?
My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate?
How can you be so mean?
Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me?
And you would be?
Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey.
I see. So you are...
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
The witness's photograph.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then, I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh ho ho, what a cute camera, just like its owner.
Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this, a small but powerful model.
All right then, Miss Faye. Time for your cross-examination.
She can't see the bridge. Yeah, I mean, she did say tall mountains. There were tall mountains all over the place, right? But she did take the photo. I wonder...
But I warn you, if you make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers.
Hopefully I don't make her cry by pressing her. Did you say wildflowers?
Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers.
But it's only February. Make her cry delicious tears. I want to, but I don't want to lose my health bar for it.
Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come.
Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly.
Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge.
Was there anything strange about the two of them?
I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So, I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom.
No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight, too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place.
Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? Eh? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. No! Stop crying, shut up.
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level.
I want a beard like his when I grow up. This is the only- actually, I'm pretty sure this is the only case with this judge in it. So this is the only judge backstory we have, is what he's talking about.
Ugh.
That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment.
Why did you take a photo? Water? Yeah, I'll take some water, thank you.
gosh. That spooked me and I'm not even playing a scary game. Thank you, Wintermute.
Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess I guess that part of me just kind of took over.
Smells like a lie to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. There's actually quite a bit of judge backstory here. Canadian judge backstory.
So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that there's any bearing on this.
All I could do was use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police.
You called the police?
Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was gonna try to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's note, we had already started our operation. That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, eh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony. Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're gonna have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers. You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildlife.
Okay, this is back to the beginning. Okay. Let's, Man, I'm tired. I'm a little tired. This case is almost over, though, I think. I'm still tired from, Extra Life. Which was yesterday, actually. I keep thinking it's, like, days ago, but it's not. Okay. Crucial moment being this? Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that?
What? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. So. My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he?
I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up, the film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo taken was the last one.
What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos?
Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once, too. Please, no details.
It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Lewd judge selfies, right? God damn it. Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Boy, this guy's really a sucker for sweet talk. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers.
Okay, this is the same stuff. Yeah, I love Colin Mockery. So great. If she was standing... Actually, you guys can see where I'm looking. If she was standing, like, right there... Like, she wouldn't have been able to... How should she see that bridge? She was definitely not there. And also, she would be running back towards the area that was broken. Okay, Okay. Present. Witness, your testimony is a joke.
Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you to not make the witness cry. One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were two contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the two of them were in the middle of the bridge. She's lying, throw the book at her, right? But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well, then... She would have hit a dead end. You looked at the cleavage there during... Of course I did! It's literally right there! What am I gonna do? If anyone who has the eye tracker on knows this. It's literally right where I'm reading the text. I'm not lying. I'm not denying it. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have even ran 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side.
Oh.
What does this all mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. No, what did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying...
I hate plans. Objection, crime. How do you feel about glowing blue appendages?
Fucking rude. Complete misunderstanding. We're talking about Watchmen, by the way.
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous!
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy is good.
Huh?
What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan's penis. We were talking about Watchmen before during Ignorant Spoon's stream, and someone said something about we were talking about how good the show was, and I was like, yeah, I really like it, but the message directly before it that I didn't see before I sent that message, because they happened at like the same time, was about Dr. Manhattan's penis. So now this is a thing. Also, shout out to Ignorant Spoon's daytime streams. I usually hang out and chat in them while I'm working. So, you know, come on by, check it out. You know.
What? That coward.
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No. It wasn't your fault at all.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it is that the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? What are my thoughts on the Blue Man Group? I don't know. They were in Las Vegas, and I didn't see them, so they were literally in the hotel I was staying in, and I did not see them. I do not really care about the Blue Man Group. Crime lore exposed. I was hanging on in the chat and only saw the bits about glowing bits. Now I have context. Yeah.
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Yes, sir.
Running from the crime.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, Miss Faye. If your cross-examination, if you please.
The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack.
Running from the crime. Okay.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms.
Are you saying the victim didn't fall down on the bridge?
Actually, maybe she...
Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude.
Well, young lady,
Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
Ha, we're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? Yeah, really fucking loves coffee. He's a huge coffee lover.
Then he carried her over to the car.
You personally witnessed that?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen when he did that?
Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf? Her words match with what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem.
I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself?
Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Man, Ace Attorney court rules don't make any sense. There is so much stuff that he would not be able to do in a real trial. Like, you know, parrots and stuff. Like, there being parrots as witnesses. So, objections overruled.
He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it?
Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there.
It's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct?
There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places.
I think that the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. I saw a video of a real lawyer watching the Phoenix Wright movie. So, the Phoenix Wright movie is, like, such a good anime adaptation movie. Like, real life, sorry, it's like real actors and stuff acting out the very first Ace Attorney game. It's really good. It's very good. If you liked this at all, you should watch that. Very good video game movie. Witnesses kink shaming the monks. Yeah, sorry, live action. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, Che. Live action. Ace Attorney movie. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body.
Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what?
Hey, kitten.
You ever put salt in your coffee? No? Why would I? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is that if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right. Mia, go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well, after all.
Where can I find this Phoenix Wright movie? I saw it, it was a screening of it, in my city. So I am not sure. You would have to do your own research on that. You can probably stream it from somewhere. Okay. So, let's see. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Couldn't leave the body on top of the bridge. Okay. Quickly picked her up in his arms. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. When you put salt in the grounds, it makes the coffee stronger and more aromatic. If you add a little salt to old or shitty coffee, it tastes better. I like the taste of coffee. I usually just drink coffee, like, black, or, like what I drink in the morning for my breakfast is basically, like, half cold brew, half milk, and then I stir, like, a scoop of protein powder into it, and it's really good. Good breakfast. My breakfast that I drink at, like, 1 p.m. Phoenix Wright anime series is on Crunchyroll. Yes, the Phoenix Wright anime series is also good. So yeah. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. Fucking tossing into Eagle River, goddamn. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about that river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Yeet that body. Can we get some Siren Live yeet emotes in the chat? If we got him? If you got him, show him. Yeet. Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Ooh. Yeet. Yeet that body in the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim it to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about?
All right, I'll do my best.
Take that shitty umbrella into a court cell. She lied under oath. Right? I need some water. Hold on. You quickly picked her up, you carried her over to the car, and the killer broke into the trunk of the car and hid the body in there. That's one way to get rid of 10 bodies, just throw them in the river. Yeah, yeet them. Yeet them into the river. I'll do chips again with you tomorrow, it was fun. Okay, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna activate that for my, like, 5 p.m. stream and not for the 11 p.m. one, just because I can't imagine having to do spicy chips and also read this dialogue. Okay. Let's see. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time.
Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. Yeah, there is not a lot of swearing. There's like, is there any? Maybe, a little bit. But not like, yeah.
I have your plans. Wait one damn second. Can we do helium shots for this stream?
Helium? No way. That seems bad for you. I might, like, on Fridays, I might possibly do a, like, because it's supposed to be, like, fun, for my Fun Friday thing, I might do that take a sip thing, but maybe not with a 10% beer next time. But we'll see, because I need to use up my channel points somehow, so that people don't keep accumulating them on me. I hear them say Miss Faye, and I can't, help but think of Tina Fey. Yeah. I also like Tina Fey a lot. The one that makes your voice deep. I don't know what that is. Okay. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car. This outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. Ah! I admit the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Order. Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyho? Ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. I After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before stating her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. I'm inclined to give off the benefit of the doubt to our own witness here.
What?
That's not fair! Yeet the witness, right?
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Don't look back until the trial is over.
Now the time is to go forward. Now is the time to go forward. But
that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha.
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that,
you're gonna have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Oh, well, witness.
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk. Because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied?
The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here.
What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? No. Doesn't work. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Whoa. She put the fucking corpse in there herself. Eat the witness. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally. When she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
What? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But... he stole the car.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk.
No!
Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took?
The corpse could have only been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Paperette's probably asleep by now. Or she better be. Don't be watching my stream. Go to sleep, Paperette. Now is your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. It was on a fucking automatic timer, right? Yeah, look at this. How's the timer function? There we go. Take this, bitch. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it. Even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had bought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident occurred on the bridge? Can I check the court record? Okay, no. Okay. Take that! Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Yeah, do you know why she was standing there? Order, 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 Miss Faye. What on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard of anything more ridiculous in my life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster.
Me?
Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You were just making this up as you go along. Where is your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. That bridge. Wear the white scarf for identification. I'm pretty sure this is the thing I have to present. There we go. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face.
That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. Ah. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! Phew. Pass out. Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. To be continued!